friends, guess what? The Little Kids Big Hearts podcast now has a YouTube channel. Just search Little Kids Big Hearts and enjoy full episodes of the show. You'll also find fun music videos of the Big Heart songs you love. See you there.
Feel so good about myself.
Yeah.
I'm like nobody else.
Nobody else.
I'm like nobody else.
Like nobody else.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Leo.
And I'm Todd.
And you're listening to the Little Kids Big Hearts podcast.
Welcome to Storytime. The Story String. In the land of Qook-a-lackas, tucked between gentle hills and sparkling streams, lived a young Qook-a-leekie named Quinjamin. Quinjamin loved mornings best because mornings meant pancakes with quiddleberry drizzle, morning walks through the meadow, stories while the birds stretched their wings, and best of all, mornings with Quinjamin's grown-up Qook-a-lacka, Quillow.
Can we make pancakes extra fluffy today?
Extra fluffy? I was thinking extra fluffy. How about that? Quinjamin giggled. Some mornings they made pancakes shaped like stars, sometimes trees. One time they tried making one shaped like a snail. It looked much more like a potato.
That's definitely a potato.
Yeah, definitely. But ever so often, it was time for Quinjamin's grown-up to leave on a helping journey to check on their old friends, the Linkadoos, on the Isle of Linkish. The Linkadoos had helped Quillow long ago, and it was never forgotten. Quillow traveled there to lend a helping hand wherever it was needed after the big storm. They helped rebuild bridges, planted new trees for the Linkadoos returning to live in, and started to work on the new playgrounds for the Linkadoos' Linkadeedles. Quinjamin always felt proud of their Qook-a-lacka, but Quinjamin also missed them very, very much. One evening, just before it was time to leave, Quinjamin sat quietly on the front step. Quinjamin's smile had disappeared. Even the cricketcues sounded quieter than usual. Hi.
Hi.
Having some big feelings today?
I wish the Isle of Linkish wasn't so far away.
Oh, I know, Quinjamin. Me too. I'm going to miss you every single day. The two sat together for a moment, not talking, just listening to the breeze. Then Quillow disappeared inside for a moment, came back, carrying something wrapped in a soft cloth. I have something for us. Quillow carefully unwrapped a long piece of colorful braided string. Next to it sat a little basket filled with smooth wooden story pieces, stars, flowers, feathers, leaves, hearts, raindrops, and little circles just waiting to be painted.
What's this?
String.
It's empty.
Not empty, just waiting. Just like all the adventures we haven't had yet. While I'm away, Quinjamin, every time something makes your heart grow, decorate one of these.
What counts as making my heart grow?
Learning something new, helping someone, laughing really hard, being brave, making a new friend, trying something that feels tricky, anything that becomes part of your story. Then Quillow smiled. I'll be making them too. When I come home, we'll add mine to the story string.
Really?
Really, because even when we're apart, our stories keep growing. The next morning, it was time to leave. The hugs were extra long. The waves lasted until Quinjamin couldn't see Quillow anymore. The first few days felt very quiet. Sometimes Quinjamin reached for an extra pancake plate before remembering. Sometimes Quinjamin started to tell a funny story, then wished their grown-up was there to hear it. Missing someone could sneak up in funny ways. One afternoon, Quibbleton stopped by carrying a basket of quiddleberries. Hi, want to help me make a quiddleberry muffin?
I don't really feel like baking.
Oh, that's okay. How about stirring? Quinjamin smiled just a little. Soon, flour puffed into the air, quiddleberry juice splashed on noses. Someone accidentally stirred with the wrong end of the spoon. I don't think that's how spoons work. Everyone laughed so hard that Quinjamin's tummy hurt. That evening, Quinjamin painted a tiny quiddleberry muffin onto a wooden story piece and carefully slid it onto the story string.
My heart grew today.
A few days later, Quinjamin helped Corn, the crow, gather twigs after a windy afternoon.
Caw! You've got a good eye. I walked right past that one.
That night, Quinjamin painted a twig onto a story piece and added it to the story string. Little by little, the story string grew longer. There was a smiling quiddleberry muffin, a twig, a flower, a muddy footprint, a bright yellow sun, a raindrop. Every story piece held a memory, and every memory became part of Quinjamin's story. But not every day felt easy. One evening, Quinjamin looked at the stars and sighed.
I wish I could show these to my Qook-a-lacka right now.
Corn sat beside Quinjamin.
You know, missing someone means they're very important to you. That's a beautiful thing.
Sometimes I miss them and have fun on the same day. It feels strange.
Caw! Those two feelings can live together. Your heart is big enough for both.
Quinjamin thought about that for a long moment, then smiled.
I think that deserves a story piece too.
Finally, the day arrived. Far down the winding road, Quinjamin spotted a familiar figure.
You're home.
Quinjamin ran faster than ever before, straight into the biggest hug, the kind that makes all the waiting melt away. Oh, Quinjamin, I've missed you so much.
Wait, don't move. I have something to show you.
Quinjamin hurried inside and returned carrying the story string.
Look.
Quillow smiled, then reached into their own travel bag. Inside was another stack of story pieces.
You made some too.
I told you I would. Our story wasn't on pause while I was gone. Together, they spread every square across the floor. A bridge painted in blue, a mountain, a tiny bird, a new friend, a muddy footprint, a quiddleberry muffin, a flower, a feather, a squeaky whistle. Every piece held a memory. Every painting told a story. One by one, they added the new story pieces to the story string. It grew longer and longer until it stretched across the room. The two strung it up so beautifully, framing the window.
It's so much longer than before.
Just like our story. Whenever a breeze drifted through the window, the colorful story pieces gently danced together. A reminder that even when Quinjamin and Quillow had been far apart, their stories had been growing side by side.
I thought I was just going to wait for you to come home, but really, we were both growing.
And that's the wonderful thing about love. When people who care about each other have to be apart, love doesn't stop. It stretches. It grows. It gathers stories. And when they're together again, they have even more to share.
The end.
Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. It really helps other families discover the show. Today's episode was produced by Julia Levy at Sparkler Learning, with support from Megan Penrod and Adriana Arocho at Sparkler. Sound design and mixing are by Ryan Marth. The podcast is co-created and hosted by me, Todd Lloyd. A very special thanks to Noggin for their support and use of the song Like Nobody Else from the Big Heartbeats album. Today's very special guest was my former student, Leo. Thanks for listening.